Morning, Don.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Morning, Don.
Morning.
Good.
Good.
Excellent. Great to hear. Great to have you all here. We got a lot of pictures to look at today, so we're going to jump in here and make that so. All right, so there's our pictures. It is recording. Bada boom, bada bing, bada wow. There we go. All righty. Let's see. We're going to start with Carl Moore. Carl's got a wedding to go shoot, so we're going to get him out the door here. Stick around as long as he can, and then. All right, Carl. So you shot the bottle in the water, or is that a?
Well, I did a bunch of splash photos, and then actually just ended up using with like the 2 speed lights on the side, and then I just ended up using the one with natural light. It was like the first photo I took, basically, and then I just thought it looked the best because when I went to add the background, because I liked your image with the Corona bottle on the beach.
Right.
I wanted to do kind of a beach shot, and then I thought it really don't look good with the natural light because I think it was just how it matched up with the background.
Yeah, one of the challenges when you're doing backgrounds and you're trying to find stuff that works, your background light is coming from here, and your product light coming from here, and so there should be a highlight over here. In the film industry, they call it motivated light and unmotivated light. Unmotivated light is light that's just sort of passive. Motivated light is, why is it there? On the bottle, we need motivated light because we have light coming from over there, so we've got to create it here to do that. Also, probably would want to see through this bottle a little bit. Change the opacity, see through the waves just a little bit. The bottle's lit up nicely, and then you did that in a sort of a light tent, right?
I did no, I did that just natural light, and then in Photoshop I added just a little bit of shadow to give it more definition on the edge there.
Okay, is this
But
what you're
bottle for both of them actually?
okay? And this
So
is shot on this sort of light tent thing here.
Oh yeah, it's just a cyclorama background.
Yeah. Product Cove. Yeah. Cool. You got some nice detail in here. I love the very faint color of the bottle going against the white background.
Yeah.
But on this one, it looks Photoshop because the light isn't coming from the same direction.
To be honest, I like the one without the composite better for this one.
All right.
Yeah, I like this one better, but then the Laguna Beach, the next one with Laguna Beach, I kind of like that one, I don't know, equally as much as the plain one. But yeah, this one, I did this photo a few years ago. I went to Lagos in Lagoa, Portugal. I forget which beach that, it might have been like Donna Ana Beach. I'm not positive, but it was one of those beaches there. And so that was actually early in the morning because I wanted to get the sun behind the beach. And I realized if you ever go there, I'm not a morning person, but to get the sun behind the beach, you have to go there early in the morning because in the evening, the sun is behind the sand. It's not in front of the ocean.
Okay, so we're shooting into the sun here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, you got to make that light look like sun's wrapping around it for the composite to work. But a good idea, something to work on for sure. The bottle actually looks like it's set by the sun behind me.
Yeah,
so
I did a
if
little
you
bit
have
of
an afternoon shot of this, it may work better.
Yeah, I think next time I'll try that because I was having trouble getting it to look like it was a natural part of the image. So I think I'll definitely do that next time, like copy the direction the sun was coming from for the lighting.
Yep. A long time ago, a lab here in town opened up digital services. The machine they bought, by the way, to do that cost $500,000. They went into debt for it. $500,000. This is literally 18 months before Photoshop. Okay.
Huh.
It was called a SciTech, SCI-Tech, SciTech. And he had a picture of the Grand Canyon and a hot air balloon floating over. And he goes, what do you think? And I said, oh, you put that together with a SciTech machine.
Huh.
He looked at me and goes, oh, how can you tell? Oh, I said, I'm sorry. The shadows on the mountains are on this side and the balloon was lit from the sun over here. So the shadow was on that side. And he was a high-end retoucher and never noticed it. So
Yeah, I think that's definitely the key because I was having a lot of trouble getting the background to look not photoshopped.
Yep.
I mean, that was the whole thing. I was like, how did you do this? Like, because the way you had it, it didn't. I mean, you could tell it was photoshopped because it was like the winter and summer at the same time, but at the same time, it looked real somehow. So I couldn't figure that one out.
oh, there you go. It's lighting direction.
All right.
You pretty much guarantee it. All right, thanks, Carl.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Rainey. What a great idea,
Hey,
Rainey.
Oh, thank you.
Dropping through an unseen horizon of water. Very nice.
Thanks. Yeah, I was trying to come up with something that I could do, kind of two complementing images. And I really liked, obviously I made a Pinterest board of all kinds of ideas.
Mhm.
And I saw somebody had done something similar to this with some Apple thing, I think it was. And I said, oh, that's a great idea. So orange
Yeah.
juice it was.
Lighting on the bottle looks great. Lighting on the oranges looks great. Motivated. Works really well. Second
Thank
one
you.
is a little orange.
Yeah, I struggled with that. So if you look at the behind the scenes, I mean, I colored the water orange,
Mm-hmm.
and then and I added it, and that was like a really just the way it came out. It was almost this shade, but I think I turned it down a little bit more or up a little bit more to match the color on the bottle of the so that the two pictures would match because it was a different color orange.
I think it'd make a nice ad. I really do, with the oranges falling. And this is so subtle down here that it's really fun. I could even put type across that and we'd still see it.
Mhm.
And be able to read the type. Yeah, really.
Yeah,
really
I wasn't sure about how they that would go together with the color being so rich on this one and then not so much on the other ones.
I would probably lighten this part of the orange. You've got this
Mhm.
sort of light coming from here, lighting from here. This part of the orange, see, it's going darker here. This is naturally lighter, right?
Mhm.
Bring it up a little bit more.
Okay.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just basically stuck a toothpick through an orange and held it in different positions there in front of the camera. And so just bring that on that one orange, just that spot.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Looks good.
Put it in the portfolio.
This one?
Both of them? Or?
This one for now. Yeah, I would, yeah. This one for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Dan.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dan. Okay. So what are we doing here?
I just I wanted to work with the droplets on the can and the glass.
Okay. And how did you achieve them?
I put a dulling spray on both, and then I put a glycerin water spray on them.
Did you use the water-based dulling spray or the enamel dulling spray?
Spray can. I think it's enamel because it would not come off the glass.
It doesn't come off the glass, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem sometimes if you're dealing with somebody, but it does make a really nice frosted glass for sure.
You finish around noon, right?
Where are we going?
Running errands. Gotta have to return my cup. The guy said he'd fix it. No charge.
Is the background photoshopped in, Dan, or is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. The can looks good. The glass of beer looks good. These condensation pieces look really good. The head is wonderful. You got to get that head coming up like that, like you did here.
Yeah, I read a trick about that. They say that using blue and makes it foam. It worked really well one time.
All right, Dan, we're losing your audio big time. I don't know if it's internet connection or what. That looks good. And then you shot a different food. Your food looks pretty good, Dan. Are you good, Dan? Are you lighting from the top here? Because I see a front light.
It's a large screen overhead.
Okay. And then something's bouncing from it. Something's up front, right?
And there was a reflector and camera with a cutoff
Okay.
lens.
Okay. Yeah, looks really good. Looks really good. Your Photoshop works looks okay. I can still see this. Something about the edge isn't working for me. And I think it's because, honestly, with all this light on the grass back there, your edge goes dark, right?
Okay.
It should go light. So pull that edge up a little bit, just a little bit, to get that fading off thing, because it wouldn't do that next to the grass. The light is even across here. Having this gradation is not helping you sell the Photoshop. You lighten it up and I'll bet you it's sold instantly.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Try that.
Yeah. Looks like you got to eat well too. All right, scrim above sight. Yeah, you got a nice sort of you got some a little bit of a hard shadow here. Looks like a slightly overcast day with the sun out. Nice bright sun feel to it. Cool. Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
Well thought through. And Josh.
Hello,
Hey, Josh.
how you doing?
Good.
Good.
This how many shots here, Josh?
Between the two, of over 1,000, I think. But once I got it nailed, like the setup and everything, I got the timing down and I started shooting. It took me like 60 shots to get this one.
And this is one shot.
That is 2 shots to face the watch I had to put on there because to keep it clear so you could see it.
Yeah. Good job with that, by the way. Very good job.
Thank you.
With that. Yeah. I love what you did with the water against the black. We'll have to look at you behind the scenes shot. And this one, you're dunking it down into the water. Am I right?
Yep.
Shooting
Just
down into the splash. Look how pretty
Yep.
that looks. We're going to want to know how you lit it. Did you light it from the bottom?
from the top. The first one is the first image with my, going straight down. And then the dunking one is the second one. So the dunking one was lit from the top with the reflector in the front and the side.
Okay.
And then
This one's lit from the top, reflected.
Yep, like the back, from the back and above.
Got it. This one's lit from
The side with
Side.
reflectors. Yeah.
well, these are both solid shots. Good job.
Thank you.
SB 800, 8th power. Yeah. Neat design with the splash. This thing coming off the watch. That's really cool. Did you do this by yourself? Did you have help?
All by myself. So that was interesting, but I made it work.
Yeah, that's hard. That's really hard. You did make it work. Not only did you make it work, Josh, you made it work really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, my idea was to try and show like the watch was water resistant and to make shots that like highlighted that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of was what I was going for. But I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah. Worked out really well.
Thank you.
No doubt. No doubt at all. Yeah, Catherine.
Hi.
Hi, Catherine. So we've got this is a very graphic kind of thing you did here with an ad, sort of an ad around it. This background that you made out of water, that's a cool idea. I've never seen it done, but it's a very cool idea.
Thank you.
And then you put your products on here. This would obviously fits a series of images. Huh. You know, I would have done one thing. See the background? We've got this sort of recognizable thing here.
Uh-huh.
This is sitting on top of, or I mean, below the purple, right? Purple's on a different layer.
It's above the purple.
Oh, it's cut? It's cut
Yeah.
out? Oh, I was going to say flip it. So we put this in a different location.
Okay. Where would you put it?
Just flip it so it'd be behind this bottle here, be more behind it, and we'd see more of these things coming down that side. 'Cause we just
Okay.
flip it horizontal, get a little bit different look to the background.
Oh.
Just it looks very nice.
Okay. I didn't get all the way where I wanted, but I think what I wanted to do was a little bit beyond my capability at this point.
Okay, that's a
What
good
I
place to
want,
be.
what I wanted to do is get a mask as a profile of a female head profile and mask it so it looked like it was a head coming, that the water was the hair coming down and sort of a behind it. But I didn't have any more time to play with it because I'm not available for the Tuesday night class. So this is the stage I was at.
You should be able to find the back of a female head on Unsplash.
Yeah, that's where I was looking, that I could then turn it into a vector mask of some sort.
Yep.
But I ran out of time and I was at the limit of my ability at this point, and
No,
I'm gonna continue to play with it. So
I like the fact that your purple gradients across.
yeah, okay,
So the
thank you.
the eye never stops there, and your bottles look very well lit. The labels look great. They're bright and they grade in across. It shows us that they're round, but they never get too dark. Yeah, both shots are very clean. Really clean, nicely done. What did you use to shoot them with? Let's take a look at your back. See, all right.
I just had a continuous light softbox above and to camera left, and a reflector on the right. And
you've
then
got, oh, sorry. And
and
you've
then
got
the
yeah, okay.
and then the for the water, I just took the product out and stirred up the water in the plate, and then I perspective warped it.
Oh, okay. That's this water here. How about this water up here? Same thing?
Same thing.
And you blended them together right here at the seam?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great idea, Catherine. You saw something in your head and you made it happen. Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Sometimes our best laid plans just evaporate right in front of our eyes. But the good thing is you still came out with a great shot. If you hadn't told me the other thing, I would not know that you didn't do what you wanted to do. So being able to go with the flow, pivot, whatever term we want to use for it, very, very important, a good thing to have. In the world of commercial photography, there's no such thing as almost. You either nail it or you don't, and you nailed it pretty well. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jorge.
Hello.
Hi, Jorge. You recall
This so this week it was end of term and time was a bit short and some stuff came up, so I wasn't able to create a new object. So I kind of had to use a previous one. But my objective was to learn how to shape the water, which
Mhm.
is the spiral. That was the main area, and
Did you
everything else was kind of secondary.
do you feel you learned?
Well, I learned how to shape it. Still gotta tweak it. And I was gonna make it look like beer, but then beer's yellow, and that's a stream, and it just wasn't working.
There's I think you've got to get some splashes on it, because right now when I first looked at it, the initial time I looked at it on the page, it looked like like a beer tab chain.
Like a what?
Okay. Like the tabs at the top, like a kid had made a beer tab chain. I blew it up. I saw that it was water, but it had that sort of beer tab link to it. And I thought,
Okay.
okay, that's interesting. So what I'm thinking is, if this was water, there would be like maybe little splashes at some point, where it's, throwing some water off, maybe.
Well, I don't know how. Like, I would have wanted to put like, because if I gave it beer color without any foam, it would look like pee. So I still don't know how I would make like foam and like like the little splashes coming out of it
Yeah.
to give
Yeah,
it, which will make it more dynamic too.
Yeah,
Actually,
we don't want to make a video of anybody peeing on my beer. Okay?
exactly.
Just not.
I did put the animation of it, by the way, earlier.
I haven't
so
gotten the 6-pack of beer that you said you sent. I haven't gotten it yet, so you have to check.
flights are rare out of here lately, so
Okay.
it might get stuck in China somewhere.
That's very, very cool.
So it's kind of a stopgap. I plan to redo this and come up with an object.
You're getting
itself,
very
but
good
this-
at. Yeah, getting very good at this. So it's
Thanks.
really good. And you're still shooting, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting a personal project. Hopefully, well, I've been testing. I want to just if you, I put some stuff. I've been getting into photogrammetry lately. So making 3D objects from photo.
Yeah.
Don't tell any of you guys. Don't tell anyone outside of this group. But I plan to scan as many of the Angkor Wat carvings as I can in 3D
Okay.
using photogrammetry. So hopefully start next week.
Well, don't get caught.
No, we won't get in trouble. It's just kind of like, I don't want the archaeologists to steal my thunder. But yeah, most of the photography now, I'm more into astrophotography, more into anything science related with photography lately, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Mainly because I am a science teacher as well. So
For those of you who don't know, Jorge, you for about 2 years or maybe a little bit longer, photographed insects.
yeah.
Just absolutely gorgeous pictures of insects. Of which apparently there where you are in Angkor Wat, there's lots of bugs.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's still life.
Yeah, that's why I live in the desert. There's fewer bugs.
Oh, are you kidding? Nah. You think there's few, man? You got.
Yeah, we got scary bugs like scorpions and stuff, but we don't have all those little creepy crawly things, multiple legs.
Stick your hand in the dirt, you'll find quite a bit.
Yeah, okay. Nicely done, Jorge. Really good stuff.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Patricia.
Hi.
I love that reflection up there in the water. That's so cool. Now this had to be more than one drop. Am I correct?
There are 3 shots combined.
You did such a good job. It really really does look like they all hit the water at the same time.
I did the orange and then the piece of the orange to match with the bit of the orange on the bottle, sort of, and then the bottle separately.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling that this orange on the label is not as orangey as your juice was, right?
Possibly not. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you say you matched the orange?
No, I was trying to match the idea of a full orange and a slice,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. You
rather
matched-
not the actual color. Sorry, that
Well,
was
you
a
did.
step
You
too
matched the-
far. I didn't have time to match colors as well.
No, you did, but I'm saying you did. It looks like you did match the colors. I mean, that little red there and the little red there looks pretty good right there. And this color up here, the color right there, and the color over here, pretty close to me. Cool. And these are a drop into a
A fish tank. I forgot to take it behind the scenes for that one.
Okay. So tell us your lighting.
There was 3 flashes, 2 on each side and one behind. And then I think I had a white card or something, and
then
I
you
was
bounce the
holding in
light
front.
into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the light looks really nice. Looks really strong. Your label's a little bit twisted, but close and probably close enough for not close enough for an ad shot, but close enough for a local, like a store or something. Probably close enough for that. I would tell you that what you want to do is photograph this label by itself at the same angle under the same light. Okay. Then when you shoot the bottle, put the label, your good label on, because we're kind of going off the edge over there. Tropicana is right on the edge, and then we're picking up the stuff on the back.
You mean put it at a slightly different angle?
Twist it a little bit, so that we're looking right straight at that label. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is almost.
I didn't have that much control.
Yeah. Almost impossible to do that in a drop. Almost literally impossible. Soon as it hits the water, it's going to twist because the water.
Well, I wasn't actually dropping it, but whatever way I had it glued to a stick thing, and whatever way it wouldn't glue very well, and it's hard to get it exactly right.
Okay.
So it was being dunked in rather than dropped.
Got it. Well, in
but
that case,
it just wasn't quite at the angle that I.
Right. Always
it,
try to figure out how to make absolutely sure you get that angle. Yeah, very good. And you.
What did you think of the blending of the splash thing? Is that okay?
I think you did a pretty good job with it. This one's kind of weird. It's kind of gray. I don't know what's going on.
I know. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what. I'm not quite sure what happened there either.
I would add a little contrast to it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
To see if you can get a little contrast come out of it.
Okay, I didn't think of that.
Your blending all the way through the thing looks pretty darn good. Oh, looks to me like you stretched this across. So, did you do that?
That was
like grab it and pull it.
Only just at the very end, not the way it is there.
Okay.
No. That was actually the splash, but I did extend just the very tip so that it matched up with the bit above the orange. But
maybe.
But no, that was pretty much the way it came out.
Maybe back it up so it doesn't touch the orange, so the orange has its own splash. Back it up to about there.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. I was trying to make it easy to blend them all together.
Yeah.
So as not to show joints.
You did a really good job, Patricia.
Okay, thanks.
Really good job. Solid. Okay, this is the other one. Now we got the blue water. Okay, this one looks a little dark to me. Your whites are gray.
Yeah, possibly.
And this is very gray in here. And this is supposed to be kind of it's either white or it's very light gray in here. This is underexposed. Just go back into Lightroom, slide it up a little bit, okay?
Right.
To where you like it. And that'll lighten up this orange as well. Put a little highlight on that orange. See the highlights here on this orange?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is basically the way you get that is to keep the orange surface wet. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep it wet, but also get an angle of light, which would be back here. When you brighten this up, you're going to pick up more highlights in here because this white background is probably reflecting a little bit in this orange, but we're just not
Yeah,
seeing the
it
highlights.
should have been, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah,
You're not
pull
really
that up
seeing
a
it.
little bit, and I think you'll really like it better, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, very good.
I do have the behind the scenes for that.
Ah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, your set's too close to your white card.
Okay.
So if you do try to make the white card bright white, it'll bleed right around. You got to move your stuff up to here.
Okay.
Put the white card there, and then put a speed light right here.
Yeah, the reason I didn't put the product and stuff up there was because of the lip of the thing that was keeping the water in. But I suppose I could have had a higher angle up with the camera or something, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
That's the way you learn, right there.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Kevin.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Kevin. Good highlights on the top of this thing. All the texture here. Good highlights down the side. The label looks really good. And I can't tell if it's splashing into the water or if it's underwater. Well, that's okay.
It is underwater. And then, rotated so it was hanging upside down. And then I poured water behind it. And that's where I got the water droplets from.
It's really cool. And, Hydro Boost can't,
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought I would go with.
Yeah. You got a reflection back there. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that. I did have a light in the front, and that might be the reason what caused it. I had it on a snoot just to light the front of the bottle up a little bit, and that's probably what caused that reflection.
It's in the back glass.
Right.
So,
anyway, I'm sure I can get that taken out.
I would take it out. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I think, yeah, let's take that out because it really kind of messes with the angle that we're looking at this. It seems like we're looking straight across at this unit, and yet the angle of this would say that it would be tilted one way or the other to get that to go up there, and it doesn't make sense. So take it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what your second shot was. Okay, down in the water.
And the only difference is the first time I did this, I didn't get the blue in the background as blue as I wanted. So when I reshot it, I put some light gray paper up to the back end of the fish tank, and then I lit that with a gel, and that's how I really popped the blue.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can't get blue out of white.
No.
Nope. Gotta go with a darker color. I either bought studio. If you're gonna buy one roll of seamless, folks, if it's one roll that you need, I would recommend, if you're a people shooter, I'd recommend Thunder Gray, Savage, Thunder Gray. And if you're a product shooter, I would recommend Studio Gray. A little bit difference. The Studio Gray is more of a mild gray. The Thunder Gray is a deeper.
So that's a scrim there behind the fish tank, and I had a light blue gel going through on the strobe behind it, but it just wasn't strong enough to give me the blue that I wanted.
Yep. If you ever try to light up a white seamless paper with a strobe with a gel on it, you'll see what we're talking about. It won't happen.
Yeah.
Just won't happen. All right. And then we drop in. This one looks pretty good too.
Yeah.
And this is a real drop?
It's a real drop. I had a translucent shaft glued to the back of it, and I'm just kind of pushing it through the water. And then I took that out in Photoshop. And
yeah, looks good. There's a little crease here, Kevin, that I'm wondering about right there.
oh yeah, yes,
I would-
that's where the clamp was clamped onto the product overnight to glue it on.
Sure. I think I would take that out, just
Yeah,
blend it, just softly
Right.
take that out. But everything else looks good. Label looks good. Overall, really clean. I love this active top up here. It's so pretty. It frames literally the drop.
yeah.
Yeah, nicely done.
Thank you.
Oh, you're using an 85 tilt shift. Did you use the shift at all?
No, I didn't, but I will start experimenting with that here before too long.
I would
So-
say, just offhand, if you are a loving shooting the stuff on tabletop, you will at one point really want to get a tilt shift lens.
Yeah.
There's two that are made by Sam Yang. One's a 24 and one's an 85, I believe. Sam Yang is a Korean, I think, maker of lenses. Their lenses are very sharp, very nice, and literally a third the price of the Nikon and Canon. Canon's 85 tilt shift is over $3,000 now.
Yeah, I got this one used on where was it? Robert's camera.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $800, and I said, well, you know what? Well,
the price.
And it said it was in good condition. And so when I got it, it's like, I said, if this is what they say it's good condition, I wonder what their excellent condition is going to look like, because it looked like it'd never been used.
Yeah, yeah. They're a great lens to have. Nicely done there, Kevin.
Thank you.
Good job. Judy.
Hi, Don.
Hi. All right. So this has got to be upside down in the water. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
And what is this white stuff? Is that fabric softener?
It's milk. It's canned milk, evaporated milk with
Okay. Yeah, 'cause it's heavy. It sinks, right?
yeah, and quicker than I thought it would. But, after that last assignment we had, not the last one, but the one we did paints and stuff in it. Arnold talked about how acrylic paints are basically plastic and just they're bad for your drain. So I decided to use something that's not bad for my drain. So the milk worked.
Is this a drop in?
No, it's actually on a chopstick. I was holding it in.
Okay, it's not level.
No, I didn't want it to be.
Oh, okay. If you don't want it to be, make it more unlevel.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so slight, it looks wrong.
Yeah, okay. All right.
You've got,
I just straight up and down seemed to be a little bit static when you got all this movement going on.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, maybe if I could create a sense of movement by angling it, but I guess I didn't angle it quite enough.
You've got about a 3% in your Photoshop. You'll find about 3%. You get about a 3 or 4% area where if you're in that 4% thing, it looks wrong because it's just a little off. Once you get into like 15%, it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's not a mistake. It's purposeful, right? Nobody shoots something 15% off and goes, "Oh, I didn't see that." So yeah, either make it perfect or enough off that we absolutely know. And I think you're right. I think making it off would work better to do that. And you've got that nice horizon line right there. That's a really interesting shot. Light looks good from both sides and the label looks pretty darn good as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, is this top of the water reflecting here?
Yeah.
Wow. That works.
So that too, it's a little bit of an angle.
No, this one's more, this angle works. The reason the angle works is we see the bottom of it.
Yeah, okay.
We know it's tipped.
Right.
That works. That one works.
A little better than the other, okay.
Yeah, the other one, we don't see that. We don't see that reflection. It's kind of hidden in the thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what you're saying, yeah.
Pretty cool. And we've got scrim with a strobe.
Right, on either
On
side. And
either
that white
side.
card, actually, there was a blue card back there. So
Got it.
this was from a series of other things I was doing before I started those. I wanted to use the tank in the water before I had to start dumping it out. With, you know, once I started using the milk, I made all sorts of stupid mistakes. So I had to end up dumping that water out about 7 times. You know, when I was
Oh, you
using,
got some good biceps out of it.
yeah. Well, I used a bucket and that big measuring cup to dump it, but still. So it was just a bunch of stupid mistakes.
Yeah, but look what you can do now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you'll figure it. I mean, if a job came in or somebody asked you to do something, you'll have 5, 6 different methods of say, oh, how do you want it? Do you want it dunked? Do you want it splashed? You want it? And they'll go, what? How do you know all this stuff? You know? So,
Yeah, it was
very
fun
cool.
to do. It was a lot of fun to do.
Good job. Very good job.
Yeah.
Mark.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Mark. What are you throwing in there, sir? What is that going on there?
It's water.
It looks like mercury, doesn't it? All right, cool. Label looks pretty good. Is the label sharp, Mark?
I focused on the label. I think it's the way it was
sharp.
printed.
I think Photoshop. I think Facebook is, if Facebook's going to mess anything up on your photographs, folks, it's type. It will mess up your type. It will make it look soft. So,
because I'm looking at the same thing on my other monitor and it looks sharp.
Yeah, I think it's sharp. I think it's sharp. I think there's enough sharpness in here to tell me that it works. So with a black background and the blue with the circles here. All right. All right, now is it the same bottle?
Yes.
Okay. Very clean. I like the little reflection. Is that natural? Did you do that?
I did that.
Nicely done. And you did this one as well?
Yes.
All right. Nicely done. Boy, that little reflection, even though you don't really see it, it just grounds the bottle. It tells us it's sitting on something. We feel that surface, which is really, really important. Looks pretty darn good, Mark. I think, did you have a black card on either side? I don't think you did.
When I shot the splash, I did. But my behind the scenes shot, whoops.
Oops.
I think you might, my behind, if you, down there, it's in the comments.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So the one on the right is how I shot the bottle. And then the one on the left is how I did the splash.
Yeah, you do have a black card there. I think your black card is too far forward of your bottle. Let's go back.
Don, actually, that's not a black. That's one of these cards where it's white on one side and black on the other.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah. You needed to have it be flipped. And I'll show you why, Mark. We need to see this roundness here? We're not seeing the roundness in the bottle because the light is, this light's brighter, no doubt, brighter, but this light over here just doesn't fade that much because this bottle is, what do you call it? It's like translucent.
Yeah.
So the bottle is just loving light. It's just bouncing light all over. And the stuff that's inside is probably translucent or clear as well, right? So
actually, it's a white bottle.
Yeah, it's a white.
Please drive to highlighted route.
No. Yeah, we just needed a little bit of something for this bottle to reflect a little dark over here so we get that roundness, all right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool. What lens did you use, Mark? You use
24 to 70.
All right, that's 70. You're right out there, that little short telephoto.
Yeah, I tried the 105, but it was just, I thought it was just The 2470 was better for this.
If you are a product photographer and all you really want to do is to shoot stuff on a tabletop, I would tell you that the 24-70 is all you're ever going to need, and an 85 tilt shift. Those two lenses, camera body, and you can shoot literally any product, any food, anything on the planet. Everybody's going to get a 50 at one point. You might get a 50, but are you going to need it? I don't know. Shooting food at f1.8 is so last decade. You know, that sort of super razor thin depth of field has just been played the hell out for a while. So, 2.8, 50 millimeter, which is in your zoom, should be fine. Really,
Yeah.
it's a very inexpensive form of photography from gear. If you're a photojournalist or a nature photographer, you're probably going to have a bag full of specialty stuff. I mean, you're going to have a 300, maybe, and a 200, and an 80 to 200, and a 20, and all those kinds of things. But on the table, you're really 70 is pretty nice. Add that 85 with the tilt shift capability, and you've got everything you need. Rarely in the studio are you going to shoot product at 200 millimeters. So the 70 to 200 lens is almost not needed. I mean, at all. So
I agree.
Very cool. Very cool. Nicely done.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah, EJ. Where's EJ? No EJ today? Oh, missed that. Great highlights, EJ. Label looks really good. This looks good. It's sitting up on a rock. I don't know where the splash comes in, so we're going to have to see the next shot here. Is there a splash that comes into this thing? There we go. All right, so he's showing the waterproof. That's very clever, EJ. One shot dry, one shot wet. They would look good together. This splash looks great here. And you kept it off of the label. Good job. All the way through. Nicely done. When I saw that dry shot, I bet a lot of you guys went, okay, he's going to throw water on it. And he did. Never disappoint. That'd look really good side by side in an ad. Everybody's got, y'all got a flashlight, but ours will take the weather. Good job, BJ. Thank you, sir.
In 1.25 miles, turn right on Church Street.
Well, you better make that turn. She's gonna be mad. Nice setup there. All right, Rick.
Hey, good day, Don. Good day, everyone.
Good day. Look at that, just dropping right in there, Rick. That's cool. Right down on the top of the water, and then you added in the clean one, right?
Correct.
Yeah. That's just about as technically nicely done as you can get. It's really good. Your bubbles and everything around it look great, but having that bottle come in there on the bottle that you dropped, did it have the water drops on it anywhere?
A few, enough that they just want to put a clean version.
Yeah, and so what happens is you've got the ones with the water droplets on it, right? You put this on top. Now the art director may come in and go, yeah, do you have any water drops over here? And you can say, yeah, all you have to do is reveal them.
Right, yeah.
Piece of cake. Yeah,
I did,
all about options.
I did try to, on this particular drop, there was some wraparound by some of the water there on that bottom edge, the lower edge of the bottle. Yeah. They show up in just below your cursor right now, for example.
Okay, right in here?
Below, right on the edge of the bottle below.
Oh, here.
Yeah, right through there, and then further down, there was a little wraparound by the water, so I let that stand. But I took out the other little bubbles. There was like not enough really to, in my opinion, to really show well. So I took them out, but they, again, they weren't over the text, so you could bring them back in easily enough.
Yep. And you probably have several shots from several drops, right?
On that one, yeah, I did, yeah, because I was looking for the right kind of splash, and then because I wanted to orient it the way I did, I used a number of splashes to kind of help fill in the edges of the corners, because shooting 2x3 and then turning to get this angle, you lose the corners a little bit, right? So you got to fill it in with some other shots.
Yeah, very good. Really nicely done. Really nicely done. This is lovely. Wow.
In hindsight now, Don, I have a better. The only critique I've got of this is I've cut that cap right there. Yeah, the applicator
here?
up there.
Right here?
Yeah, I have another shot. I think I picked the wrong one. Where the bottle is just a little higher out of the water, so that you just got the same action going on, but more of that
Yeah,
applicator showing.
I'm with you on that. I'd rather not cut this black thing here in half with the water.
Yeah, I was just looking this morning. I unfortunately I just picked the wrong one. I'd gone through culling them out, and
I do like the shadows that the water throwing across the
yeah, that's what attracted me to the shot too, Don, was because it's that as an old diver, I always love to get in the water and you'd see that water sunlight dancing through the water. It was always intriguing, a lot of fun.
Yeah, beautiful water. You eliminated the horizon over here, which makes it just more fun. I'd love to see the other one, Rick. Pop it in. This one is really well done. It's a lovely shot. Pop the other one and we'll take a look at it. All right.
All right.
In Facebook, remember to tag me so I can see it come up.
Okay.
And here's how you did them.
Yeah, it's pretty simple setups. I mean, there weren't really complicated shots. You could argue that I'm not challenging myself enough. To be honest with you, Don, this one here, this was I shot. This was the third grouping, if you will, in the course of the week. I was just, sometimes you get in a block, you got an idea, and you hit a wall, and then you kind of, okay, let's do something different. And I did that, and I didn't like that, and this. And then I tried this, and I was more satisfied with my results here. So, but they're not really complicated shots. But again, for purpose of portfolio and ad work, I do like the simpler shots. Sometimes less is more, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the course of the week was 3 different groupings, which is fine. I've got 3 sets of photos now. I did post one set.
Yeah.
Product on cubes.
Well, the goal as photographers is to literally, it'd be nice if we shot every day, you're going to learn something, whether you get a shot for your portfolio or not, you're going to learn something, you're going to see something else. And the more you shoot, the more the habit of shooting gets into you, builds within you. The habit of creating something, being creative gets into you, and the easier it becomes. As musicians practice every day. Good musicians practice every day. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So, yeah, very cool. Good job, sir.
Thank you, Don.
Yep. Giannis.
Hello, Don. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm cool.
All righty. Well, that's it. This is yours. Is this one yours? Yeah, same bottle.
Yeah.
Okay. So you multiple shots to get.
Actually, yes. Actually, it was 2 shots. One for the bottle from both sides, but I put them in separate way to tell how it was lit, the left side and the right side, and then the splash for the background and the liquid.
All right.
And then I blended 3 images, yes, to get that bottle.
Yep. Bottle looks great. Bottle looks great. Same color that you're bringing the wardrobe color into the bottle, or the bottle into the wardrobe color.
Yeah.
Really nice. This one, I really like this. I think your bottle's too low.
Too
like,
low?
Yeah, we're cutting the bottom of the bottle off, and I don't want to cut the bottom of the bottle off in an ad.
I've never seen that in the middle.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I never seen that in the middle in the ad.
The middle?
Always they put, yes, the bottle. If I put that in the middle or up.
No, not in the middle. We got to see that the bottle's sitting on something. This is dangerously close to the edge.
Oh yes, that's exactly into the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I should have done that maybe.
I think because we don't know what the water is if we don't see the water around that.
Yeah, I had to put some reflection maybe and splashes all together, but the splashes were from the back, totally black background, and it was difficult to blend with a gray one.
Your
there.
Little kicker light looks great. The label looks great. This is beautiful across the front of it. Bottle looks just beautifully lit. All the yellow coming out of here. Very, very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Just I had to try with a model here to make something nice and entertainment. And that's why I went with this one.
Yeah, and if you're a fashion photographer or a people photographer, there's no reason why you can't blend these ideas of the splash with your people stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's why I thought,
yeah.
Hey, Don, this is this business of what Giannis has done here. I've never done anything like that. Can you guys talk a little bit to the proportions here in terms of the ad ultimately is for the perfume, the fragrance, but the relationship of size here, the bottle to the model, etc.
The Giannis has done what he's done here is he's created the final ad.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying the final, if this is so close to the bottom of the page here that it would vary from magazine to magazine.
Can I say something, Don?
Yeah.
Sorry. The way that I put that down there straight to the edge was because I was limited from splashes, because the splashes were all over around the bottom of the bottle, and I couldn't get that to the reflection because the back of the bottle was dark enough. That's why I went to the edge of the bottle. I was so limited for that. You were so right to say that. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Yes.
But what if we did this? I mean, and I'm coming from it as an art director here, Giannis, and there's sometimes you just can't do it. What I'm saying is, what if you put a little black lip here, 1/4 of an inch, put the bottle on that. See what I'm saying? Match it with a little 1/4 of an inch black strip across the top. No reason why you can't do that. We've got these two things. It's sitting on that strip. That strip becomes that place where the eye says it's over. When I look down this picture, it's like it's too abrupt. We just add our own little ledge. I think that would work really well.
Yes.
Yeah. Proportions for it. We used to call these drop-ins. That was the term for it, and that was Rick. Rick.
Yeah, Rick. Yeah.
We used to call them drop-ins, Rick, and basically, you still see them all over the place. A lot of times they've got a box around them. They're just actually a product shot on white or a product shot on this color with a little box around it. They can move it around on the set. Giannis is a little more upscale. I mean, it's Tom Ford, for Christ's sake. So it's a little bit upscale. They take the border away, blend it right into the shot. Very, very chic way of doing it and eliminating that sort of border. That sort of.
Is there any kind of guidance, Don, or any unwritten rules in terms of real estate? How much area the bottle takes up on the shot versus the model?
Nope, absolutely the purview of the client, art director, whatever. Some art director might want this bottle to be this big over here. Some art director may want it to be, like this big in a cutout. It's all there's no rule to that. It's all going to be
Some would make the bottle as big as the model is standing on
oh
the
yeah.
bottle. Yeah, there are different ways to do
In
that.
the yeah, I was gonna say in the late '80s, or remember the Black Velvet ads from the I think late '80s.
Yeah,
The bottle would be like
big enough.
like this, Black Label. The model would be over here, and they
Yeah.
wouldn't relate at all. But that was just the way they did it at that particular.
Great shots, Giannis. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
Question, Don.
Yeah.
The reason for the black bottom, is that because of the bleed? Is that the issue there?
Yeah, that would be the issue for me. Absolutely.
Okay.
That yeah, absolutely. Well, not the the bleed, that's a technical issue, but my eye gets to the bottom of this and it looks to me like it's cut off. Now that may be the intention, okay? The intention is say, okay, I wanted it here, but the problem is, to me, it looks cut off. It looks like I'm not seeing something I should be seeing. So how do you say it? You can put in GCD 145 blues. GCD. If anybody here know music, GCD 145 blues, right? 145 blues. You can stick a flat 6 in there if you want, and say, yeah, I want it. But anybody who knows the blues is going, what the hell is that, right? That's my point. It's like we don't see Giannis's intent here. Would we add the black border here and the bottle sits up a little bit? It's not going to look like it was mistakenly cut off. Even if it was on purpose, it looks like a mistake. So does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thanks for this, by the way. That's really nice, Giannis, that you did this.
Thank you, Don.
Exactly how you built it up. Very nice. Arnold.
Hi, Don. Hi, everyone. Yeah, when I saw the assignment, this is what I wanted to do. And I wanted to have a contrast because they have to work together, right? So this is what I came up with. Totally almost low key, high key, feminine, masculine approach. And then if you go to the third image, they go together. So that's the idea. So two images standing on its own, but also if you put them together, they work together.
Yeah, that's really clever and super well done there, Arnold.
Thanks.
Really, really nice.
So yeah, the approach here is different.
Sell this idea to a client. You actually, if you walked in with your portfolio right now, and I still had the agency, you showed me that. First thing I would think, Arnold, and I'm telling you the truth, first thing I would think is, I don't carry that kind of product, but I want to do something like that for one of my clients.
Okay.
That's what I would think. This is so clever, so well done, and so surprising that I would think somehow I want to do something like this for my clients. My clients in those days were mostly medical devices and medical intellectual property and stuff, but somehow I'm going to figure out how to do a white and black image where they cross like that. Really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the lighting approach is different because I had to make it low key and the other one high key just to give the contrast. And also the bottle is different. I mean, the Clinique bottle is very smooth and transparent. And the Versace has all these undulations on it, and it has a dark color, green, bluish green. So I had to approach it differently because the Versace, it has all this little, bas relief on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to enhance them. And it took me time really to do the Versace bottom more than the Clinique one.
Yeah, this is This is really when your technical skills get taxed more than your creative skills. Your creative is really well done here, really well thought out. Your creative sort of handled itself once you had the idea, right?
Right. Yeah, I had to make a
once you
sketch.
had the idea, it's like, okay, I got the idea. Now it's the technical. This shot probably didn't take nearly the time. This,
No.
think about how terrible it is to shoot this for Amazon on white. It's like, oh my God, you know, all this bas relief is just like gone. You can't really show it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's important. The bottles in the world of fragrance, the bottles are the most important thing practically. Practically, the most important thing is like they spend more on the bottles than they do the perfume inside. They make the perfume by the 10,000 gallons of the perfume. The bottles are all special, custom made, and then they have to be fabricated and all the tests and stuff. Sometimes these bottles cost more than the perfume actually.
Right.
Yeah, really well done, Arnold.
Thanks.
Solid job. Great behind the scenes. What a great idea, sir. Oh, went too fast there. Jason.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Jason. All right. Well, you got that sort of moonlit sky thing.
Yeah, I made a gobo. I made a window
Uh-huh.
out of some cardboard and tape.
This is beautifully lit here. Are these fingerprints? Or are they in the bottle?
I think they're fingerprints.
Yeah, we'll take those out. We'll get rid of those. Label looks really good right here. One thing that happened, and you got hit by this happens all the time. Your bottle's black, right? It comes over here. Do you see this? You see how this looks like it's floating out there in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
That's that one more white card, 2-inch white card back behind it, back there. That catches that last little edge going around and just puts that little pop of light on it. Is this your light or your fill card? That's your light.
That's my light.
That's your light. Your light is forward just a tad too much. So in order to get that backlight, you either have to move your main light, which you may or may not want to do. In the case of this, maybe you could have, but if it's if you're working with a label that's very difficult, you may need to have it. You may need to have it here, more this way. But that last little edge, don't forget that edge. Pull that edge forward. And if it's a white card back here and it's too bright, because you've got this beautiful soft thing going on here, maybe the last thing in the world we need is some bright white line running down here. Then use a gray card, and the gray card will lighten that back. Splash looks really good. Coming up in here, this looks really great. Is this all one shot?
Yeah. I had a little bit of a computer malfunction this week, so this is all one shot and edited on the phone.
Oh my.
So so not much editing. No compositing, nothing like that.
Snapseed to the rescue, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Very cool. Nice that you edited on the phone. That's really cool with the drops coming down. That little bit right here. This could be a really fun ad to work on. When you get this into your computer, I want you to lighten this whole this kind of thing up a little bit here. Get a little bit of light on that. This looks really, really pretty strong. And this little drop of water coming right down here. I can see my art director brain is going.
I have a number of them with almost different drops, so they look like the different phases of the moon.
Yeah, cool. Here's what I'm seeing over here. Some text running down, about how great the stuff is, and available at call to action, and it's really, really clean. That is really lovely. That one little thing, instead of having it being big giant wave, you got that one little thing that pulls the eye down into that corner. Here's where all the action is. You come down to that corner and you've got this other thing, this thing that pulls your eye. That's well done, Jason.
Thanks.
Yeah. Same lighting on both?
Yeah. 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 As I said, it was a little bit last minute this week.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, I did spend some time building the set.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing about building these gobos like this with the stuff is you just store them and you can use them forever, you know?
Yeah.
1,000 reasons to use this little lattice work stuff there. Very cool. Jay. Hey, is Jay here? Jay.
Yeah.
Here.
Hi, Don.
Hi, this looks really good, Jay.
Thank you.
That
I appreciate that.
Silvery water here going all the way around it. Looks really nice and clean. And what is it?
It's hot sauce
okay.
from Belize. And it's maybe the best hot sauce you'll ever taste. It's really good stuff. And they got different flavors. This is the habanero, and then there's pineapple and green verde. And
I love habanero peppers, but they're just a little hot for me.
Don't use as much.
I really love the flavor. Those and poblanos both. I just love the flavor, but God, they just a little too hot for me. It takes the taste out of me. I can't taste the food because it's so hot.
Well, you got a choice. You either want to taste the food or you want to taste the sauce.
Yeah,
I think I've gone for the sauce.
I'm going for the food in every indication there, but yeah, that's really nice. I like the warm tones against that soft blue.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who've never had an poblano or a habanero, they'll light you up. See, Kevin's smiling back there. Kevin's going, yeah, I've had a poblano now and then. It'll light your day right up. And the only time you ever drink milk ever get me to drink milk is after I've had one of those peppers. Not the worst, but and then the peppers from other parts of the world are even hotter. I guess the hottest chili known is Thailand, right?
Yeah, that's hot.
They've got
yeah.
That's
like I figured they measure it in degrees of something or other, and yeah, that's like 500,000 of them.
It's like
a lot.
Crazy. It's way above.
Yeah, but it's kind of pointless though.
There's hotter stuff now. There's actually the hottest one recently is out of South Carolina. There's a guy growing them there. They're over 3 million on that scale.
Oh wow!
So it gets crazy.
That gets gradually crazy. And here you're dropping the ingredients in the same color background that would go together pretty well, Jay. I see that.
Thank you. I wanted that was what I thought would be an interesting connection. If you put them side to side, and you can see what actually went into it.
Yeah, I like it.
Great. And what I did was I thought about doing a vignette, and the dark vignette didn't look as good as a lighter vignette. So if you go back on that one and the one before, you can see I did. You can see what that version looks like. Yeah, both of them are together. I kind of like that as well, maybe more.
Okay.
What do you think about? Just to give it a little different tone.
I don't like brighter vignettes because
they're different.
My eye wander off the page, but that's a personal decision, Jay. That's a personal thing for me. I don't like to see vignettes, the dark ones. When things are real dark at the edge, I don't like that either.
Right.
But yeah, it all comes down. If that's the way you want to show your work, then absolutely. I don't have any problem with it. But I think if you ask me which one I like better, I like this one better.
Okay, well, that's cool. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, very good. Oh, is that it? Oh, is that it? Oh. All right, we're very cool. I want to share something with you before we go here. There is a book that I always talk about by Dolores Custer.
styling.
Food styling book. Okay. I'm going to get you the link to it. I think it's one of the best food styling books, just food styling books I've ever owned. But it's also a really great introduction to tabletop. She talks about planning the shots, and then she's definitely talking about food. So if you want to know how to style cookies, she's got 50 ways to style cookies and reasons for doing it. It's a thick book, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a little book. It's a good 3-pound book. I'm going to put the link up for you. If you're interested in it, it has been out of stock for a long time, but I'm going to pop the link in here because they've got it back in stock. And sorry.
Occasionally, you can get it used as well on Amazon.
Yeah, you can
see
get
what's
it.
available.
Yeah, but even the used ones have been running as much as $90, $100.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Sell mine.
Yeah, and they're back in stock at new at 55, which is actually less than I paid for mine. However, judging from the reviews coming in, they've changed the stock on the paper. So apparently the paper stock of the book isn't as nice as mine, because people are complaining about the paper. They say it's too thin and stuff. I'm looking at mine, and mine is just gorgeous. Jay, you've got an older version, right? The paper is beautiful. So, but the information is good. If the information stays, whether it's got, nice paper or not. Great book if you're a food shooter and you're hanging. You could get a used one for $30. As a matter of fact, I would probably tell you, get a used one. If you can find a used one, get a used one, because you'll get the better paper. But man, goodness, it is. I bought it. I got it. I ended up getting 2 of them. It's the Bible of styling. She really goes into everything: lighting, composition, color. How to make 15 ways to make a roast look good on film. And the reason I bought 2 is I actually carry one with me. It's in my kit bag. I've got this book because it is. If you're doing restaurant photography, you want to take this book with you. You look down at the plate and you go, God, that parsley looks terrible. Grab your book, go to parsley, and it'll show you 15 ways to make parsley look better. It's that type of book. So it's really a solid investment in your photography. All right, very cool.
There's another book that I'll just mention that I just picked up. I didn't know much about it. It's called The Photo Makes Me Hungry by Andrew Scavani.
Yeah.
And he really talks about how his whole approach in the business of food photography. So that's what makes it, besides the images, which are really magnificent, the whole his relationship to making this work for him in his life is really quite fascinating, quite valuable.
Yeah. And he is the New York Times food shooter.
Right.
Yeah, I have not seen that book. I've heard good things about it. I've not seen it. So very good. Actually, I can put a link into the thing as well if you guys want to go and take a look at it. Those of you who are interested in food photography and or tabletop, I'm sure it'll work for both. Hey, this has been a lot of fun. Some of you guys have been with this workshop since the first time we did it, which was about a year ago. We did a still life shot because the lockdown, and I want to share with you that it's been the longest damn 14 days to flatten the curve I have ever experienced in my life. To me, it seems like damn near a year and a half, but hey, that's just me. But we've done, I guess this was the 4th, right? Did we do I think we did a food, we did a still life, we did a product, and we did this one. So that's 32 weeks of education that's all back there on Facebook for you. Drop in and click on it. Go see the video reviews on the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. You should learn a lot from these classes. I'll put the information up for the portrait class coming up in July. And so if you're interested in doing the portrait class, start looking for some sort of subject that you can cajole, trick, kidnap, whatever it takes to get to be your subject. Some of the questions are, can we use the same person? Absolutely. Can we use kids? Absolutely. Can we use our spouse? Absolutely. We had one one photographer take this job or take this workshop, and she shot animals. She was a pet photographer and she took it. And it was so fun to see. She shot pets like David Bailey one week. She shot pets like Irving or like Skrebneski. She took the same lighting and styling and approach of each of the photographers and applied them to her pet photography, which went through the roof, just through the roof. People were like signed up like crazy for pet photography. And she didn't charge a little bit of money either. She charged like really, really good money. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll do that in July. And any questions before I leave you?
I just want to say I thank everybody that's been part of the group. It's really been a tremendous learning experience and a lot of good people. So everybody makes it happen. And
yes,
to
sir.
you especially, guys.
I agree with that.
I do too.
Ditto.
Same.
Yep. Very good.
I would leave you with this. If there's one thing I would tell you to do all through your career as a photographer or an artist of any kind is to take workshops. If it's every summer, you save up and you take one workshop, go to Santa Fe, go to Palm Springs, take a workshop, be around 5 to 15 other people who are excited about photography and see what it's like to spend 6 days or 5 days or 2 weeks or whatever it is around people who are as totally focused as it is that you are, because most of us don't spend our days like this. Our spouses who we love and love us are not going to sit around and talk photography all day. Our people we work with, friends and neighbors, not going to happen. You get out on a workshop, you come back so jam-packed with ideas and techniques and things that other people have done, it'll just blow your way. It's just really, really fun. I mentioned the Santa Fe because they're really, really good workshops. Palm Springs workshops are fantastic. The workshops that they do at the Rocky Mountain School of Photography, which is in Montana, is the only school of photography I would ever endorse, ever. Their workshops are exceptionally good. So if you have a workshop idea and you think, hey, I'd like to take this workshop and you want to get my opinion on it, just send me an email. I'm totally happy to get back to you. Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you so much for participating in this. I had a blast, and we'll see you all on the other side.
Okay.
Take
Bye-bye.
care,
Thank you,
everyone.
Don.
Thanks, Don. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, Don.
Bye.